Okay, let's go and start working with the tone curve. Trying to explain it, trying to understand this for you guys. All right. So the tone curve right now is not a curve at all. It is a 45-degree linear line. We have two types of curves that we can work with in Lightroom. One of them is called the parametric curve, which is what we're in. And the reason why it's called a parametric curve is because we're working in, I guess, parameters of the shadows, darks, lights, and highlights. And if I move the highlight slider, you can see that I'm just working within the parameters of that area. Same thing with this, and same thing with the shadows. All right. Now, you can muck around with everything, but don't forget, all of the adjustments that we made in the Basics tab with respects to tones was done on a default curve. If we now go in and change that curve, then we may have to go back into the Basics tab and make some adjustments. The other kind of, before I move on, if we decide that we wanted to darken this stuff and say, okay, but it darkened way too much up there, I can actually limit this by moving this in here and saying, okay, I only wanted to make that little bit of the dark area darker, not the whole area that it defaults to. All right, let's just go back to there. The other option is the point curve, and we can come in and choose some different things. So let me just go over here and click on point curve. Now that we're in the point curve, you notice that we do not have the parameter sliders anymore. Point curve. And we can come in and go to medium contrast. And a lot of people say, gee, I really like that medium contrast. You can see the image is a little bit flat. Come in here and add a little bit of contrast. It makes the image look a little bit nicer, especially since I increase the exposure a little bit. Now, here's the thing. This medium contrast curve was the default curve up until a couple of versions ago. And then Adobe decided to give us a flatter initial image using that flat linear curve. And yeah, whatever. I like this. I like it a lot, actually. And you can possibly somewhere include this as a preset or try to set it up as a default. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, and you can go in and go to the stronger one. I think it's a little bit too much for this individual image. But as far as I'm concerned, I can live with this, and I can live with medium contrast. The choice is yours. But I can almost guarantee you that 90% of my images don't require me coming in and making any changes. But for the images that do require a little bit more of a kick in the pants, this is not a bad way to start. This kind of wraps things up for this video, and the next video will deal with the HSL color and black and white.